breaking the stick. This is what we're going to use as the point of impact. Again, we're tackling with our eyes and feet. What is making contact on our body with our opponent's body? I want to teach this for the sake of, I believe it's the most effective way to tackle, and it's also the safest, and it's probably the most PC, as we can sit in this room as coaches and understand that, God forbid, that an awful thing happened to a player. The last thing you want coming across your desk as you're in this horrible situation is that your technique or telling to hit with your helmet or even your shoulder could kind of create an injury. And really what we talk about breaking the stick, here's what it is. Imaginary stick from the eye to the tip of your shoulder. This is a big stick, okay? And it's on both sides. We want the athlete to strike with that stick. No more do we say bite the ball. No more do we say take the front of your head and put it on the ball, the belt buckle, the pubic bone, whatever it is. We're not going to tell that anymore, even though that may happen. We don't want that to be part of the cues we give for all the reasons that I had mentioned before. The points I want to make with this, if we can go back to the P2P, pads the pelvis, big target. This stick, seemingly in the athlete's mind, is a bigger weapon than the front of our skull or the AC joint right there, okay? That's a big striking surface. Big target, big weapon, even in the most highly trained of individuals, again, people who do it life and limb, that's how they're taught. The stuff we see in the movies isn't necessarily how it goes down. We want to make sure, simplify. This is an adrenalized state. Kids might be foaming at the mouth, they might be nervous, scared, whatever. Let's make big target, big weapon. It's the smartest thing to get that part of our body on that point of contact, that target that we can. It's the safest, like I said, we're avoiding helmet to helmet, helmet to knee, helmet to thigh. We tell athletes to see what they hit, tell them to break a stick, their eyes will stay up. If you just say, keep your eyes up, well, I guess I don't sometimes know what that means. That's the question we get from kids. Right? I know keep my eyes up, but how do I keep my eyes up? It's like you're telling me to lift more weight or run faster. I'm running as fast as I can. I'm lifting as much as I can. I don't know how to do that. We'll break the stick on your pads right there, connecting your helmet to your pads, and your eyes will stay up. That keeps it safe. Strategic, it's the most effective. And I think this is where I transitioned, because I was taught and even encouraged to strike with my face, and it was very rewarding. I had a lot of good hits that way, and guys I played with, same thing, strike with your face. What we were finding more and more, especially as the impact started to wear, is what's happening with concussions, stingers, some of the other wear and tear that happens when you're striking with your helmet is the cumulative effects of these start adding up. To be strategic is to be able to do it over and over again with high quality. This is a better way to get that same impact, that same imposing type of tackle that comes with putting your face on someone without necessarily teaching someone to hit with their helmet. So we want to say break this. Here's probably the most controversial thing we'll start dabbling into here is I just want to teach aggressive hands. When we talk about wrapping will naturally happen if the athlete's feet and eyes are in position. There's no way to avoid it not happening. And I should have put a hockey fight, not only for the entertainment purposes, but to see what happens when people square off. If an athlete tackler stays in front of a ball carrier, it will be impossible for him not to want to grab him. Same thing in a hockey fight. What happens first in a hockey fight? And these guys are pretty seasoned, but you'll see they'll grab each other. And in a lot of ways, one guy's, and both of them, if they're good skilled fighters, is shaking their hand to loosen their grip. It's a natural human reaction to be in an adrenalized state to make your fist and want to grab something. Same is true. You get an athlete in position to look to make a tackle, he will grab cloth, okay? All we have to do is tell him to be aggressive with his hands. If he goes off the diving board, this is more of an issue of his feet and his eyes, not so much his wrap. Okay, what do we hear moms in the stands yelling once impact is made and the ball carrier bounces off and downfield? Wrap up, right? It's the same thing as telling someone lift more weight or run faster. It's like, I'm trying, I'm holding on as hard as I can. The issue's more with their feet and the eyes. The hands, as long as they're shooting and not behind the back, you gotta make jest of it. As long as they're aggressive and they shoot up, they will wrap as best to that guy's ability as possible. If their feet are in position, eyes stay on target, those hands will do their job, and guess what? It won't be just 2 hands on that guy's jersey, it'll be 4, 6, 8. You get the idea. If that guy can keep his feet going, those eyes are feet to feet, and they stay there, stay on what they're hitting, tackles get made, wraps have a tendency to happen. Good impact here. Poor guy leaves his feet, and I mean this is a skilled back, but you know that's not Jerome Bettis or anything, right? Gets over the top, makes a seemingly good play, but he dives and that happens. That turd slapped him on the back. Makes me sick. We lost a chance to set the tone, even after they maybe had a favorable run and got upfield a little bit on us. Leaving our feet, even broke the stick too, but we leave our feet. The wrapping can't happen, I don't care who you are. Right, check him out. Leaving the feet. A little bit of a gathering there. That guy didn't even see him. He could have knocked him out there if he would have got his feet to the party, probably eyes on it. But again, even if he got a hand on the jersey, you're not slowing that down. That's in the zone. All right, check him out. Again, it's big guys, but shoot, he's in a position with his feet, breaking that stick. When you do it that forcefully, okay, again, this is a good player. Their head snaps back and they go down. Some of the other stuff sometimes doesn't have to fall in place, but those feet being planted for that split second. I like this play. And you know why? Because it's not a perfect play, but it's an effective play. Okay, this is a good athlete in the open field, and now someone having to make a tackle in the open field on someone good who knows he's coming. I just want you to see if you can grasp for that split second, this defensive back's feet just plant for that second, but pre and post, see how aggressive they are. Okay? Now, yeah, he got run over, but I don't see anyone cheering on that sideline. All right, in fact, I saw one of the heftier kids kind of look down on the ground and kick some rocks. One of these kids, yay! Oh. I like that. So that's the idea behind it. Sure, he didn't lift him up and Conrad Dobler remove his severed head and hold it up to the opponent's stands, but shoot, man, I think that's a good play in the open field. And I tell you what, that wrapping is going to be natural. Like, you have to pry his hands off his legs. Watch, and that's why I let it go for a little bit. You know, it's just going to happen. It's going to stay stuck.